Let's find some day trades, swing trades, and option trades. Hello, traders. It is Thursday, August 27th. We are almost 3 hours into trading. I'm going to take a look at a couple of interesting things that we've got going on for the SPY. You can see this upward sloping trend line on M5. That's pretty important right here. If it gets broken to the downside, we could see some additional selling. That would almost put us through the low of the day. Also, on a daily chart, you can see how the market has been moving higher. We have this upward sloping trend line here that's been violated to the upside. What does that mean? That is a trading channel, and that is a sign that this price movement is getting overextended. We're going to draw that right in there so that you can see it, and you can see how the market poked through yesterday. We have that same upward sloping trend line down here as well. That typically signals a market top, at least a very short term one. I think we're going to see some profit taking here. Why would I say that? I'm also watching the VXX right now. You can see that measures option implied volatilities, and look at it go. It's really starting to rally. You can see from the low yesterday, about midday on Wednesday, how it started to really climb. Now, I've seen this indicator rise in a rising market. What that tells me is that investors, asset managers, they want to stay in stocks, but they also want to buy some cheap protection. Well, VXX is a way for them to accomplish that. So now their positions are hedged. I find that when the market is rallying and the VIX is going higher, it doesn't necessarily mean a market top. It could, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. The other side of that is that you get a big market decline, you get a spike in VIX, and then you start to see the VIX have lower highs. That, on the other hand, is very bullish when we see that, but the inverse is not as accurate. It's something that we need to keep an eye on. Definitely watching it. I feel like the market rally is overextended. I look at some of these tech stocks and they are just going parabolic. I don't know how long that type of move is going to be sustained. We had the nice breakout. I'm looking for us to come back and check this all-time high breakout right at that level right in here, which was about 333.80, I believe was about the number. So getting a little pricey on a day trading basis. We need to be very cautious. You can see how we had a double top, higher, lower high, double top, lower high, and then the market backed right off. Upward sloping trend line right through here. That's been violated to the downside. So while I'm doing the presentation, I believe we're going to see a little bit of weakness. We'll see if this upward sloping trend line can hold. We'll also see if that horizontal support level here can hold. Now, typically, when you get a low of the day like that, and there's been a tendency to probe for the bid early in the day, the market opens near its low, closes near its high. So you get buyers down in here, they are likely to get flushed out at some point today. And when that happens, it may be nothing more than a long red candle below the low of the day, and then a bullish hammer following it, and then we go right back into the range. That's been fairly typical. So what you'll need to be watching for is if we do see bona fide late day selling, what you're going to see is you're going to see that long red candle. You're going to see a little doji afterwards. Then you'll see another long red candle and tick, tick, tick lower. That would be a sign that we're finally starting to see some profit taking. That's the only thing that can really push the market lower right now. We're in a news vacuum, so that favors the upward momentum. And this is what I would consider to be a seller's boycott. The volume is very, very light. No one's really wanting to sell their stocks. That's another reason that they're buying VXX. Give themselves a little bit of cheap protection. So watch for late day selling. Watch for this low of the day to be breached, a long red candle followed by other long red candles. If we don't see that, we have to assume that the market's going to continue to grind higher. We cannot prematurely take short positions. We need to make sure that there is technical confirmation that the market is breaking down. I'm going to click on that bar right there, and I'm going to click on that bar right there. You'll see this long trend line that comes into play right around SPY 336, 337. That needs to be breached with long red candles before we can even consider taking any overnight short positions. The moves lower are going to be very brief. They could be pretty sharp because bullish speculators are going to be flushed out. Once we get that dip, we'll be able to gauge the strength of the selling pressure and the strength of the bid. Only then will I know if there's an opportunity for us to start selling out of the money bullish put spreads. Very dangerous for us to do that right now. I did have a video that I did yesterday. There's a new YouTube channel called Options Brew. You can catch my video. I posted a couple of trades on it last night, a couple of swing trades. One of them was on Microsoft. The other one was selling an Alibaba out of the money bullish put spread. I also highlighted that one yesterday when I did the video. So let's take a look. Let's see if we can find some trades. I think that the market right now is a bit vulnerable to some profit taking. I think the bullish speculators are in there pretty heavy. We get a nice market sell off. You'll see them hit the exits at the same time. Programs start to kick in, sell programs, and the market has a natural pullback. The market doesn't tend to go up, up, up. We had that beautiful breakout. It would be unusual for us to break out and not to come back and test that horizontal support now. So I'm looking for that to happen perhaps within the next week or so. Let's take a look and see if we've got any stocks that look attractive. I'm going to be focusing on the long side. I will show you one short that I've been taking today, and it doesn't really set up great on a daily chart as a short, but it's a classic example. I've been in and out of Roku today a few times. You can see how the market here was heading higher. That's the gray line. What's the stock doing? Tick, 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 lower. Okay, this stock is weak. We get a little market pullback, rally to a new high of the day. Stock barely participates and it's already heading lower. So I think Roku is a nice short today. On a daily chart, you can see it had a monster day yesterday. Out of this compression, it shot higher. We should be able to find support somewhere around that 156 level, which is the halfway point of that long green candle. So it's just something that I'm watching on a day trading basis. If the market looks weak, I have no problem shorting this again. Been in and out of it a few times. What you would do is you would want to watch that downward sloping trend line. You can draw it right there as well. As long as this is intact, we're going to be in good shape, and that will be an alert that's triggered to let me know that the stock is actually broken out to the upside. You can draw a little steeper line if you'd like, and that would be more conservative, right like that. And that one could get triggered while we're doing the presentation right now. So that's how we do it. If you're short the stock, you'd want to have these alert lines. You get that alert, you know that you need to keep an eye on it and perhaps close the trade down. As long as the stock stays below it, it continues to fall and fall and fall. It's kind of like having a trailing stop. As the stock moves lower, the line continues to draw lower too. So you don't have to take profits until it's triggered. I forgot to put this on a 5-minute chart, so we're going to do that. And now let's take a look and see if we can find some stocks. See, we're coming down to this upward sloping trend line right now. Long red candles closing on their low. Right now, we got to wait and see what happens in here. I think that the market is going to have some profit taking, and that VIX is a potential warning sign. So let's go in now that we've got the market in the last half hour pulling back. Let's see what's strong. And I'm going to take off the SPY and we'll start clicking and taking a look at these stocks and how we trade them. So you can see Tesla's participating in that pullback. I want to find a stock that's been grinding higher. Let's keep looking. Abbott. This is a perfect example. Okay, so Abbott's pulling back just a little bit here, but you can see during the last 40 minutes or so, when the market's been down, 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 the stock has actually been inching higher. That's why I like to have my stock next to the S&P 500 so that I can compare it tick for tick. When the market finds support, you watch. Okay, right now we're 3 hours into trading. Watch the market bounce on a 5-minute chart and then see what Abbott does. I can almost guarantee you this stock is going to be higher. So when I start to see market support, that is one that I would be watching to buy. See how easy it was for me to find that? Walmart has been moving higher today. Look at that relative strength. Boom, boom, boom. The rumor is that they're going to be partnering with TikTok, with Microsoft to buy TikTok. We'll look at the D1 chart. You can see that big breakout. It wants to go higher as well. Would I hold it overnight? Not necessarily. I don't know. I haven't looked at the price tag on the deal. I'm not exactly sure how Walmart gets any synergy out of that. I'm sure they've got it figured out. And to continue to click down and see. So we've got two stocks, Abbott and Walmart, that I would be looking to buy on market support here. Continue to take a look, and I'm only talking about day trades right now. We'll take a look and see if there's any swing trades setting up. Microsoft was a really nice swing trade that I highlighted in last night's video, and we were able to get that trade off. So I'm going to go back and highlight that so that you can see the trade that we had in mind. I don't believe you'd be able to get that spread done now. We were able to get it done right on the open, but let's take a look at how it sets up. So if you take a look at this chart, you can see this breakout. I like that. You've got almost a cup and handle formation here, and 1, 2, 3 lines of resistance. That validates that resistance level, and now that we've broken above it, it also validates that support level. That should be very strong support. So the spread that we put on, we wanted to be below that 215 level, so we were selling the 215, we're selling the 212.50, 210 bullish put spread expiring on September 11th. And here's the trade right here. Microsoft September 11, sell the 225.50 put, buy the Microsoft September 11 210 put, do that for a 50-cent credit. We were doing that earlier today. We were able to get that trade off. I like it. The premise behind this trade is that that support level at 215 is going to hold, and that Microsoft has a breakout, and that this move higher is going to continue. We only have 2 weeks worth of risk exposure. It is a $2.50 spread between the strike prices. If we bring in 50 cents on that, we have to put up $2 to make 50 cents. If that trade is successful, we will make a 25% return in 2 weeks. We also have Labor Day in there, which tends to be pretty quiet, and that's good for premium sellers because the market action is usually pretty quiet. Here we go. We just got our SPY alert. See how that downtrend line was broken? That's a pretty big deal. Let's take a look and see if Roku is participating. And I believe that it is. Yes, Roku is continuing to sell off. So that's a nice little short in there. Let's see if we can find some shorts. I'm just going to be showing you how we find them. We're going to be looking to the heavy selling. Look at OSTK. That's a beautiful short. Look at the heavy selling pressure. We'll put up that SPY chart. And there you can see market up, 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 stock down, down, down. Take a look at the daily chart. You can see that it's given back a lot of the gains off the high through that price right there. That should have been a support level. This should have been a support level through here. Now we've got heavy selling in a stock that has absolutely gone parabolic. So I think OSTK, not for the faint of heart, it moves. This is a nice chart here. We're going to take off the SPY overlay. You've got this upward sloping trend line right here. See how nice and tight it is? When you see these, you should draw your GTC alert lines, because when you get a breakdown like that, you're going to get an alert, and all of a sudden you go, this stock looks pretty weak. If you had been taking a short position, you would have been premature because the market was rallying. But when the market rallied the last 2 days, what did the stock do? Barely even got higher. And then as soon as you see any market weakness, wham. So I think PANW sets up well for a short position also. Look at that. This is an evening star formation. We have a huge reversal today. So you can see how not a reversal, but a huge decline today. Market opens on its high. It's currently trading on its low. That is bearish. Don't know much about that company. BILI earnings after the close yesterday. Nothing there. Nothing too much there. XOM going to be removed from the Dow on Monday. It has been a steady decliner today. So I think XOM works well. We can take a look at that 5-minute chart. And you can see, I think that the hurricane is having a minimal impact. They had to shut down their refineries, but the Houston area did not get hit as hard as they thought that it might. But I think this is all related to XOM being removed from the Dow Jones. So these are all the types of shorts that we would be looking for, and they were super easy to find, and they have to be, because when the conditions set up for us, we've got to be ready. So let's go in and take a look and see if I can find something that I like on Pop Bull. AMC has been one that they've been trading in the chat room today. Breakout here, they're opening more theaters. I'm not crazy about this. It's an inverted hammer, so it tried to run. AMRN actually looks pretty good. This is a cheap little stock, $7.57. This might be the one that I highlight because I like this breakout through horizontal resistance. I like the volume we've seen the last 2 days, so it could certainly have some legs from $7.50 to $8.25 which would be this horizontal resistance level here. I like it. You can make some really nice money on that, and you don't have to worry about the rug getting pulled out from beneath you because it has super strong horizontal support. You can see how the market's coming in. We're going to challenge that low right there. If we continue to see consecutive long red candles, that will be a big warning sign. Usually what you would see when we're testing a low like this is you come down, you bounce a little bit, you come down, you bounce a little bit, you spend some time there, then you take it out with one long red candle, and then you bounce right back into the range. When you come and you attack this low of the day very steadily like this, and you penetrate it the first time, then you're typically going to see lots of follow through selling on the backside. Got a lot of bullish speculators in the market right now. They're all going to be hitting the exits at the same time. That's going to trigger sell programs. This could potentially feed on itself. If you're long, be very careful in here. Light volume rally, sellers boycott. Those gains are very vulnerable to profit taking, but you already know that because you've heard me saying that for the last week or two. And yes, I've missed some upside on the swing trading basis, but I've been day trading, been doing fine, been making money, still feel that risk is elevated. When we get into normal trading in Labor Day, after Labor Day, then I'll start to ramp up my size again, and I expect the price action to become more consistent. So be very careful in here. So let's take a look and see. Disney was one that I liked today. I like this breakout right in here, but you can see it's also got an inverted hammer. I want to see something that's on its high of the day. So I think Amren's going to be the pick of the day. That's all I've got for you right now. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. Let's see if we've got some relative strength in here. And you can see the stock spiked up, and now it's been able to find support right in this level, and the market's been down. If this were a head fake move higher in here, sellers would smack that stock down with the market. But the fact that it has not been selling off in here tells me that the bid is pretty dang strong. Same action yesterday, get this big initial run up early in the day, and then a gradual drift lower, kind of chase out some of these bullish speculators right out of the gate. But then towards the end of the day, the stock does actually rally. We had a super strong market yesterday. This was nice price action today. So it's a mover. It's a biotech stock. So be careful on the open. Don't lunge at it. But I think from a swing trading standpoint, if you're looking for something where you can take a position, not worry too much overnight, you've got some great longer term support on this one, and it's got plenty of upside potential. That's it for today. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave some comments, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on your notifications so that you never miss one of these videos. I'm going to be taking the day off tomorrow, but we will see you maybe Sunday night. I may put a video out, but for sure Monday morning. Trade well. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.